Last spring, our family decided to build a barn, and essentially we wanted to have something that we could keep a few animals in, equipment, hay, that sort of stuff. So we were looking for something around about the size of 34 feet by 26, 27 feet, and something similar to the drawing you can see here was the idea that we had. So looking at our property, we are on just over 5 acres, and we wanted to have the barn fairly close to the house because up in Canada here it gets cold, and we want to be easy accessible but not too close so it was overwhelming the house either. So here's kind of the setting it was going to go up to, next to the chicken area and with access to the fields out back, and kind of something looking like that sort of thing with some sliding doors, windows. We want to have some good light in there. So the first thing we had to do was lay out the spot, which we did with string lines, and marked each one of the pole points because we were building a pole barn. Once we got all the positions set, it started digging the holes. It was spring, so the ground wasn't too bad, but we're on pretty rocky area. So essentially what we were looking to dig, because our frost line's about 48 inches, we wanted to get down to around about 54 inches, which is pretty much what we did. So the holes were 54 inches deep and about 18 inches in diameter. Once we dug to the bottom, we tamped them down, basically packed the bottom down and put about 3 inches of gravel in there just to give some drainage. Then we were ready to put the posts in. The posts we used were 6x6 pressure treated. So when we put the posts in, we had to make sure they were square to the barn and how we want everything configured. We put the posts in, and then we put basically some 2x4 braces 90 degrees to each other. That's just to make sure everything was held upright, and then we were ready to pour the concrete. Poured the concrete up to just above the surface and then let that set for a week. Once the concrete had set, it was time to take the braces off and then start receiving the deliveries of gravel. We had 35 tons of gravel delivered, and that was basically to put a good foundation on the floor. Also, to bring up the level, we had about an 18-inch run on the ground, so we wanted to make sure everything was nice and level inside the barn, and obviously start putting the gravel into the floor area, which was quite a chore. We started doing this manually with a garden tractor and a little dump trailer and shovels. It was getting pretty warm, a lot of bugs about, and we found out that it was just too tough to this way. So luckily and thankfully we had a neighbor of ours come over with a tractor, helped us out, and that made the whole process a lot easier and a lot quicker. Next, it was to frame up the structure and make sure we kept the post square. At the base we used 2x8 pressure treated. Everywhere else we used 2x8 and 2x10. We also put some 45 buttresses in there just to make sure everything got locked together. The floor started going in at this point, 16x14, basically just somewhere for us to store the hay. Now the structure was framed and squared up, it was time to put the roof trusses on. On the lean-to section, we did 2x12s at a 12-degree angle. On the main building was 32-degree included, which had 2x8s. The roof trusses for the main structure were all built in a jig to keep them exactly the same. They were all glued together, screwed together, and nailed, so we knew they'd be good and strong for the job we needed them to do. To make our life easier, we boarded the hayloft area, which gave us good access to the main roof. With all the trusses up, it was time to start battening the roof. We used 2x6s for the battens and put 3 screws into each joint. Next step was to put some tin on, being that the roof structure was basically done. We selected a barn red colour. We decided to do the lean-to first. Reason for that was it was easier, less of an angle, so we could build our confidence before hitting the main roof. Once the lean-to roof was done, we hit the main roof, which wasn't too difficult. We managed to do it over the course of a weekend. I included the ridge cap, The most tricky part was actually putting the last pieces onto the roof, because we had to do that on ladders, but other than that, it went up pretty well. With the roof on, now we wanted to focus on the windows. We were quite lucky actually. We managed to get some used windows for 300 bucks, UPVC. So we got 7 windows in all and installed them in various areas of the barn that we wanted to have extra light. So the obvious next step was to start on the outside, but like most good plans, it had to change because, surprise, surprise, we got a horse. So we decided to put our efforts into the inside and build the horse stall first. It was easier because we had daylight. We lined the interior with 2x6 kicking boards, so if you did kick them and break them, they were easily replaceable. This short video gives you a quick walkthrough of the actual horse stall area and the barn interior. Another door there, and the stable door slides closed. Keeping safe. Next we put the stairs in, so we had safe access upstairs and then onto the outside. So now the pressure's on, winter's not too far around the corner. So it's getting colder, and we also need to bring the horse up to the property. So we had to put a big push on for everyone to help each other to start getting this barn buttoned up. Good. To move things along, we worked in 2 pairs. We got the board and batten done. The boards were 8-inch wide and the battens were 3-inch wide. Gives it a good look.
I'm done.
What? Maybe from over here, Dad? Oh, what? No? Fucking Jesus Christ!
So we all pulled together, and it worked really well actually. Basically we got pretty much everything done, enough so we could bring the horse up and get him into the stall, get him into his paddock ready for the winter. So this is where Bruce lives, Lisa's horse. There's a stable in there. Lower floor. That's made from old car tyres, which is pretty cool. There's the barn. Chickens will be going in here. There's a roost over there. This will be where the goats are eventually, not till next spring. And there's how we get the eggs. Egg spots. Like so you don't have to go in with the chickens. There's the laying boxes. And the roost. Still not finished yet. There's about 130 bales up there, mainly hay but some straw. And there's the feed and tack area, which isn't quite done yet, but it's a work in progress. We're getting there. Yeah.
There you go. That's where our chickens currently are. Hiding in there because they're all cowards, they don't like the cold. Okay. And these wonderful Canada in the winter. This is way too early.
Then when I was able to make a little bit more progress and we got the chickens moved in, so they were in their winter coop and they seemed to like it.
He is like a dog. You like a dog, right? Oh yeah? Hey? You like a dog? Yeah. Covered in it now, aren't you? Hey? Good boy. It's the egg laying song. Eggs in the coop.
So that was us done for 2018. We got the horse in, we got the chickens in. There's a couple of other things we want to do, but that'll have to wait till spring of 2019. Want to bring a couple of alpacas in and maybe a few ducks, who knows. Anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it.